there, everyone. We're back in our basement here with Interpol. And would you rather discuss the Heinrich Maneuver video or the art motif for the new album? This one's yours, guys.
They're both. I mean, I'm interested. Those are both interesting topics.
Yeah. You want me to pick?
Matter of fact.
Heinrich Maneuver. The video reminds me of Bastards of Young. Do you remember that old Replacements video where they just have the speaker cone and it slowly pulls out?
Huh.
Black and white, old school 1980s MTV.
That's so, the idea of that slow pullout is it's Elias Merhige, the director who did Shadow the Vampire. He's like a film director. He's really, really cool guy. And his idea was sort of like to kind of just take 30 seconds of time and explode it in over 3.5 minutes. And he had this whole like idea about sort of like, if you ever see those very slow-mo footage of assassinations happening, there's moments after the event where other people haven't registered what's happened, so they're still like smiling or clapping, and then someone else in the same frame is like freaking out because they know what's happened, and it was like trying to deal with that concept of like the reverberating reactions of an event in like super slow blown up time. So they had this whole crazy concept for the video, and that's sort of just what we like to do with our videos, is work with some crazy person who has a crazy idea, who's going to be self-obsessed with their own idea and just go to town with it. And he's such a great artist that we felt really glad to work with him, and then he just did this crazy thing. I think it visually as well came out even more impressive than I thought it would.
And once again, if you would like to see Interpol, they're playing the Virgin Festival by Virgin Mobile on the weekend of August 4th and 5th at Pimlico Racecourse. And I believe that's where the famous Seabiscuit had his race. They took away my basement, but we are joined by Interpol here on Subterranean, and you guys are playing the Virgin Festival on the weekend of August 4th and 5th. And how do you go into a festival like that? Do you just play it, or are you excited to play with other bands, excited to meet other bands?
It depends who's playing. It's nice to catch up with like old friends in other bands, but
I have the list here.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
you want to give that a look? Now, who are the friends on this list?
Spoon.
I just saw the Woo. Unbelievable live. Like, unbelievably good live. I was on the side of the stage. It was incredible.
Do you hang out with the Wu-Tang Clan?
No, I kind of thought, because we had to leave at their last song, I was kind of thinking that if we'd have stayed, that maybe something could have come about, and then we'd wind up like hanging with the Woo, because they were all there. It was like complete. It was really astoundingly good.
Okay.
So I recommend seeing the Woo.
And Carlos, who are you looking forward to see?
I wish I was.
I'm actually looking forward to seeing Smashing Pumpkins.
The Return?
Yeah, The Return.
Sort of. Half of the Smashing Pumpkins. But it's good to hear Smashing Pumpkins tunes.
Ooh, and Matisyahu.
Modest Yahoo also. And the Beastie Boys. Now label mates with you guys.
Yeah, we just checked them out, and they blew me away. Where did we see them?
The who?
The Beastie Boys.
Beastie Boys.
Oh yeah, they're really good live. Modest Mouse.
And Modest Mouse. And once again, if you would like to see Interpol, they're playing the Virgin Festival by Virgin Mobile on the weekend of August 4th and 5th. Baltimore, Maryland. They're just playing one of the nights at Pimlico Racecourse. Subterranean. Good to be back here with Interpol. And first time I met you guys was on 120 Minutes years ago. And the state of music, the world of music, has changed drastically since then.
I think, if that was right around the time for our first record, that was like a big moment because the Strokes had kind of exploded and people were, then the AAS followed, and there was like this spark of interest in New York rock, and indie rock got like this like little moment of credibility where like even radio was kind of thinking about, playing some really good indie music. And I think that kind of, since then there have been so many great bands that, I don't know, I think it is, the climate now is just a little bit more indie friendly maybe, in terms of like the big commercial media. But, so yeah, I think probably rock, on that kind of credible level has had a resurgence, and then the Arctic Monkeys in England, but actually England has always been pretty open for
Yeah.
indie.
So
Actually,
is it better now?
In the States, maybe it hasn't. It's not like indie
Because in the
bands are all
States,
over radio.
I thought at this time everyone, like the Strokes, White Stripes, you guys would be swimming around in guitar-shaped swimming pools, and
I am.
I didn't think hip-hop would sell as many albums as it did, and these sort of like pop-friendly emo bands. But you guys have stayed the course, which is a
We're
good
still
thing.
a band, yeah.
Still a band, still making great music. Playing the Garden in September.
So yeah, it's not so bad.
And once again, if you would like to see Interpol, they are playing the Virgin Festival by Virgin Mobile August 4th and 5th. I believe you're playing on the 5th at Pimlico Racecourse in Baltimore, Maryland. Thank you for coming in. It's good seeing you guys. And this is Carlos D. Just looks a little different now.